who was known to have conversations with Lord Whittle himself. I had to choose Muktabai for this essay because she's so unique.
Before I began the project, I had never heard of Ahilyabai Holkar. And by the time I finished it, I truly regretted that I had never met this amazing woman before.
As the team was thinking about how we can make this book more approachable to different age groups, we felt that adding artwork representing each of the Devis would help with this.
The initial challenge that we faced was that most of the Devis' faces or how they look is not clearly known to us. So we had to do a research. We had to do a research on how these Devis looks and understand about their life. So for that, we also got the inputs and we also read the stories that the Women Seekers book team had already written. And we started coming up with various concepts and sketches. At every stage for each Devi, we had to produce multiple different concepts, and out of those concepts, certain concepts were selected which were more closer to the essence of the Devis. The main focus was to bring Devis to life. The energy or their aura should be seen in the illustration. That was the only criteria that the Women Seeker team had put to us. With that, before finalizing a particular work, we had to go through multiple different iterations and finally ended up in the versions that you see in the book.
For this essay, I researched and delved deep into Sant Muktabai's remarkable life and teachings. I spent countless hours looking for information day and night, contacting authors, writers, and translators in a quest to learn more.
And I found out that there were families and others in and around Tirunelveli and indeed in Chennai who continue to do the daily Parayanam of Sri Akal songs.
Took me several weeks, filled with many hours of late night research and many impromptu writing sessions to feel generally satisfied with what I had written about Ahilyabai. But I think that in order to truly feel like I had said enough about her, I would have had to write an entire book just on Ahilyabai.
When you read the book, you will experience their conviction and power through their service. Their clarity and wisdom, it not only inspired me, but it left me in awe of their courage to walk this path.
Her teachings transcended social barriers, emphasizing the universality of divine love and the importance of inner transformation.
Janabai emphasizes that we must be ready to let go of everything for the sake of the Lord, including our false notions of the self. We can only let go of that which is not inherent to ourselves. We gain the courage to do so in the light of what the scriptures tell us.
Something that really inspired me with the Women Seeker project was reading about the sincere devotion of our Devis. For example, Mirabai, who was so devoted to Bhagwan Krishna that as she faced any sort of challenge or adversity, she had the protection of the Lord. Similarly, for Anandamayima, she was so immersed in her devotion towards the divine that everyday activities like eating just became less important to her. It's inspiring to read about developing this kind of strength in devotion.
While it was heart-wrenching to read about the hardships endured by each Devi, it was also inspirational to see them emerge as divinity personified.
Everything life threw at her, Ahilyabai handled with utmost grace. Every role she played perfectly. And I wondered, how could a woman successfully do and be so many things all at once? And as I reflected on her story, I then realized that leadership is not a skill or a science. Rather, it's a selfless commitment to serving others. Ahilyabai didn't spend her time thinking about how to be the perfect leader. She simply focused on caring for her people and honoring Bhagwan Shiva through her every action. And it was that unwavering dedication to service that made Ahilyabai the masterful, unfailing leader that she was. So Ahilyabai's story gave me that powerful sense of hope that when our work is spurred by the ideal of service, success will automatically follow. We don't need to worry about how to be the perfect leader. Instead, we just need to focus on how to cultivate the ideals that underpin successful leadership. Therefore, I am immensely grateful to Ahilyabai Holkar for showing me, for showing all of us the power of Karma Yoga, for showing us that such selfless, perfect leadership is actually possible in this world. This is truly the greatest gift that her story gave me.
The initial requirement given by the Women Seeker team was to illustrate the Devis in Indian folk art forms. Upon the request, we started exploring various Indian folk art forms, some of which included Bengal folk art, Orissa Patachitra, Kerala mural, and Shilpa Shastras. With further exploration, we ended up in a fusion art form, which is a mix of Orissa Patachitra and Shilpa Shastra. Both of these art forms have their own speciality.
These art forms have been part of our culture for a very long time, and they teach us how to tell stories using pictures and lots of colors to express deep feelings without words. Our mission was simple but important: to create illustrations that celebrate India's rich culture and honor the devotion of these incredible women. We wanted to connect the past with the present, connecting old traditions with a modern audience. As you look at the images, remember they are not just drawings. As we created these illustrations, a deep sense of connection with these Devis grew within us. Their stories inspired our vibrant color choices, conveying their profound emotions and unwavering commitment.
We also worked on other design elements that would help readers connect with our Devis. For example, we have a section that has a map of Bharat, which highlights where each of our Devis come from. As a seeker based in the United States, I loved that this allowed me to also travel and see where our Devis come from and inspire me to visit her next time I'm in Bharat.
This book is a huge step in acknowledging the significant role of women as spiritual thought leaders. They were poets, they were writers, they were singers, they were leaders in their community. I think Puja Gurudev would have been really happy with this project. He was a true trailblazer in acknowledging the integral role women played in the spiritual well-being of the family unit. He created Devi groups to empower and nurture spiritual thought in women, particularly mothers, because he believed that when women evolved on the spiritual path, they empowered not only their families, but entire communities.
This book brings to light the lives of the divine Devis who were born in the Pavan Bhumi of Bharat, walked the path of no return with purity, unconditional love, dispassion, and absolute surrender unto the Lord.
The song is beautiful and has been retrieved from family archives in recent years, and it is in Tamil called Rama Nama Param. The Pallavi goes like this. The fruitful name is Rama's fruitful name. The Anupallavi, is there anything so ecstatic upon the tongue as Rama's name? And the Charanam, sadhana's ecstatic fruit in the world and the next, though we glimpse and strive to snatch, will slip away and evade our grasp. Don't waste your time. Don't spend it in vain as one who struggles plucking meager greens. Don't forget to chant Lord Rama's name. Who will accept and digest this truth? No need to retreat to a forest lair. No need to endure hardships there. If in the home we simply stay, performing puja every day, samsara's boundless ocean cross we may.
In her following Abhanga, Muktabai sings a lullaby to Changdev as her own son and gently guides him into sleep. Muktabai lovingly chides him, O Changdev, awaken to that truth which is beyond all states. For from the absolute standpoint, there is no world to be asleep to, and there is no truth to be awoken to. You are simply that.
Working with the Women Seeker Project was a transformative experience. It could not have happened without Devi's grace. Sincere pranams to the phenomenal Devis and for deepening my bhakti. May my ego always rest at their feet.
We genuinely thank from our bottom of our heart for giving us this opportunity to the Women Seeker team and to the entire Chinmaya mission for initiating such a great project.
So I invite you to join us on this journey with the Women Seeker.
To go on your own journey of transformation
and understand the depth of meaning in it. Get your copy, read, revel, reflect, and yes, do share it with your family and friends.
O Bharat Ma, wherever this body took birth, our hearts bow to the dust of your feet. When we bathe in the wisdom of your daughters, who have kept your highest ideals alive, we feel that we are home, for we are reborn from the molding of your hands. Vande Mataram.